Welcome to another ride-along. On today's ride-along, we'll be going from Nogales, Arizona, all the way to Fort Mill, South Carolina. About a 2,000-mile run, so I'm pretty happy. I'm doing a pre-trip here, checking my oil, my antifreeze, changing my wiper blades, checking air pressure on my tires. My fuel stop is here in town. It's only about 7 miles down the road. So here we go. Been a nice easy ride all the way up to Las Cruces. Nice weather, blue skies. Making good time until I got just 8 miles from the Texas line, and this what happened. My steer tire blew out on the left side. Man, what a ride. Holy moly, that's the first time that ever happened to me. Yeah, it doesn't matter which steer tire you blow. You're gonna go in that direction. Lucky me, it took everything I had to keep it straight, but it wasn't going straight. I crossed over 2 lanes all the way into the median, and good thing there was nobody passing me up at that time. But looky here, you see how far away I am? It took me that long to stop. I mean, I was standing on the brakes. No black rubber on the pavement, except for my right steer tire. Where's my drive tires? How come they ain't laying down any rubber? What about my trailer? I only had 14,000 pounds. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed. I was upset. Standing on the brakes, nothing happened. Here I am. Yeah, I blew my steer tire at 3:30 in the afternoon. And you can see, right here, I got to see the sunset. Nobody checked on me. Didn't see one trooper, New Mexico state trooper, but I seen several sheriff, county mounties. Nobody stopped to check on me. I thought I was just there taking a break, I guess. Shortly after 3:30, my company called it in. The mechanic shop is at the line 8 miles east of me. I'm sure they told him where I was at. I was in Mesquite, New Mexico, at the 155 mile marker. And I waited and I waited and I waited. Well, guess what? The mechanic went to the 155 mile marker in Texas. You know where that would put him? That would put him 10 miles on the other side of Van Horn, Texas. He called me up, hey, where you at? I'm over here at the 155. I said, hey, I don't see you. He said, I don't see you either. I told him, I'm only 8 miles from the line. He said, what? I said, yeah, I'm in New Mexico. He said, oh, man. Let me get turned around. I thought, oh, brother. Well, by the time he got turned around, I guess his shift ended because another mechanic came out. About 9 o'clock. It only took him 10 minutes to put my steer tire on. It was already mounted. I was happy. 10 minutes, I was out of there. I drove out of the median. Didn't have to worry about a tow truck. All good in the hood. But I was there in that median for 6.5 hours. I only drove a couple hours down the road after that blowout on my steer tire. I made it to the 129 mile marker in Texas. So I had this bright idea. Hey, I had a blowout. First time in my career I've ever had a blowout on my steer. I thought I'd call my company up and say, hey, send me the video of what happened. Well, guess what? My camera wasn't working. And I was kind of wondering why they ain't ever messaged me. Hey, you're following too close. Hey, you're going too fast. No, they don't normally do that. But come to find out, my camera didn't work. So, we can't have you driving out there on the road, on the big road, without the camera working. I thought, what? So I shot myself in the foot. I should have never said nothing. They would have been in the main office thinking I'm a safe driver, never had no report or warning on my camera, improper lane change, following too close, speeding. And they're thinking I'm a safe, dependable driver. Yeah, I shot myself in the foot. They said, hey, you're not that far from El Paso. I said, hey, I'm 100 miles out. He said, go to the yard, get your camera fixed. So here I am, making a U-turn, getting back on 10 West to my terminal, which is 100 miles away. Took about 3 hours to fix my camera. Come to find out, they ended up replacing it. So after 3 hours, here I am, heading east on 10. Hey, this looks familiar. I was just here. All good. My dispatcher paid me for all the miles heading back to the terminal. Got an extra 200 miles on my load. So. But still, I thought my camera was working. It's working now. Look at this guy. He's in the median. What happened? I don't know. Hydroplane, heavy rain, car cut him off, truck cut him off, I don't know. But hey, man, I almost say, hey, I did the exact same thing 2 days ago. So here I am, bebopping down through there, then I get a phone call. Hey, driver needs to go home. Customer's not open on Friday. Your customer is open on a Friday. I thought, okay, no big deal. Drivers have to go home. Hey, we swap loads, whatever. I understand that. So here I am going to Greenwood, Louisiana. I didn't really lose that much time or miles on my load because I ended up taking his load to our yard in Tennessee. So, all in all, I was only 200 miles short compared to if I would have delivered it to South Carolina. So, all good in the hood. So, I didn't make it to Fort Mill, South Carolina. It's been an interesting ride. Man, I chalked this day up for, I won't ever forget that. First time I've ever had a steer blowout. Sat in the median 6.5 hours. Yeah, it'll be a while before I forget this little trip. But like I said, you could do a trip from point A to point B 100 times, and each one totally different ride. You never know what's gonna happen. So I'm glad you came along on that ride along. Till next time, be safe, be kind, adios.